All right, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to the Rapid Reaction of WWE Day. A lot of stuff to cover, so let's go ahead and let's just go right to it. A few hours before the kickoff show started, we Roman Reigns on Twitter announced that he cannot compete at Day One because he has um, positive for COVID-19. And even though they did everything that they tried to, they tried to not have him on the shows and take him off the live events, and they tried to do all of that. They tried to everything like that. But when he went to the site this morning and he tested positive, so he could rest tonight. So they took out Brock Lesnar and put him into the WWE Championship match. Made a fatal five way. So we start off just like, what? Whoa, wait a minute. So we don't end up getting, Lesnar and Reigns. Don't end up seeing maybe what else is happening. This apparently this big angle that was going to happen in the Lesnar Reigns match. We don't see that. Nothing happens. So that's put on the shelf for a little while longer. Hell, it may be put on the shelf for good. From what they were saying in this, during this show. So we will wait and see what happens. And our main thing is we hope Roman Reigns, who is compromised because of his leukemia, everything like that. So we hope that he just stays healthy and gets well, and we hope that he can come back in the next week or two. But on with the show, they did go on with the show. I know some people were like, they wanted to stop the show. No, you can't stop the show. Um, they need to continue testing. They need to keep testing. But keep doing the shows too. I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, and if you test positive, you stay off. The CDC has stated that now they figure that it is 5 days. You can be out 5 days if you are vaccinated and you test positive. Isolate for 5 days, and by then it should be out of your system now. So we'll see if that stays around. I know that some scientists are worried about that. They're worried that maybe the CDC isn't taking the right stands, but hopefully they're not trying to F us, and they really are trying to help us. So. But on to WWE Day One. So we started off with Ricochet and Cesaro versus Sheamus and Holly. Again, trying to Ricochet and Cesaro versus Sheamus and Holly on the kickoff show. And immediately within the first 3-4 minutes into the match, Ricochet goes for something under Rich Holland and his foot comes down on his nose, basically breaking his nose. Rich Holland then drove Ricochet into the corner, tagged out, and then rolled out to the floor, and we never saw Rich Holland again. Never saw him again. It was basically a 1-on-2 match, Sheamus between Ricochet, and Cesaro. And they did what they could. They did what they could with the situation. I think they worked it perfectly. They still did the basically tag formula. They worked over Sheamus worked over Ricochet, made the tag to Cesaro, and then they got Cesaro, came back with some heat. What is I saw Bubba Ray the other day, tag team formula. Shine, heat, comeback, finish. It works. It's been working for decades. Don't get away from it. And that's it. This is what they did. Ricochet and Cesaro got some shine. Then they went to a heat, and then they came back with Cesaro, and then the finish was a they didn't. No, I would have been okay if they called an audible and then had Ricochet and Cesaro go over. You know, because it kind of makes difference. Two people, but Cesaro and Ricochet's caliber should beat one Sheamus. Should beat one Sheamus. However, that was not the case. Bro kick from Sheamus into Cesaro after white noise on the outside took out Ricochet. 1, 2, 3, Sheamus and Rich Holland wins. So there you have it. Sheamus and Rich Holland wins. I had it at 3 stars. I thought again, formulaic, very good. It's but it's nothing less of what the Sheamus has done. You know, all year, starting off 2022 where he left off in 2021, putting on good matches each and every time he goes out there. Believe me now, this is a guy who they were saying that two years ago, we have to retire because he had like spinal stenosis, something like that. He's gone and just been incredible ever since. So, amazing performance. Next, to start the show, I should say that even though they had Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura set for this show, earlier today they decided to wipe that off. So Sami and Nakamura, I'm guessing if neither one has COVID, I'm guessing that will be on SmackDown. So, but yeah, it was taken off early this morning, and we only had before that we had 8 matches, and then of course we had Roman Reigns come down, so now we only had 7 matches. So there might have been a match that went longer. There might have been 2 matches that went longer than they would have been if they had a full complement. If Roman and Brock were there, but it didn't happen that way. So let's go ahead. Let's talk about this, right? SmackDown Tag Team Champions. They kicked off the show. The New Day versus the Usos. What can I say? That's incredible. These two, they know each other so well. They've been wrestling each other for years, and they got each other down packed. They know how to just do everything, and it's just great. And so we're talking about tag team, the tag team formula: shine, heat, comeback, and finish. Right? Well, this is maybe like shine, heat, shine, heat, shine, heat. Comeback and shine heat again, and then another comeback, then the finish. I don't know exactly what it was, but this was an incredible match. I almost gave this full 5 stars. It was so good, but I gave it 4 3/4 stars. They worked over Kofi Kingston's knee. I mean, a couple weeks ago they injured the knee. It was NCL. They brought back out the Tequila Sunrise, which I get. That is such an underrated submission. And when the Usos first turned heel 6-7 years ago, and they first started doing their day one stuff, down since day one. It was, I love that. I love the fact that they had this new submission, and they left it as something like that. But every now and then they'll bring it out. I'm glad they brought it out tonight for a Kofi Kingston match, and boy, oh boy, it was some real good stuff. And the finish was they super kicked Kofi Kingston, and then they set him up for a 3D. You hit the 3D 1, 2, 3. You got to finish. And that's incredible. Pat McAfee on the thing said that they're calling it the 1D because they are the one. They're calling it the 1D. So whatever it was incredible. It was masterful, and it was finished that you didn't see come out of nowhere. That is such a great finish because we all know, it's this. I'm kind of, I'll be honest, I'm kind of upset that this was not given to maybe in a tag team like from like in NXT. Like they should be given to like Briggs and Jensen or somebody or any of the tag teams that they're trying to get over down in NXT because it's something that you know that you get it over. Now Bubba Ray says if they pop for the move and don't pop for you, you're not over. But in NXT that they're trying to get over, and someone like Briggs and Jensen that would be a good tag team finisher for them. So I don't know if this is going to be like the new finisher for the Usos or not. I think it's better than the Uso Splash. I think the Uso Splash is maybe a good finisher for the singles, but together, yes, they need to come up with something together. And I like the I like the 3D cover. Again, very good match, incredible. Again, like I said, 4 3/4 stars. Next was Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss. Now I was expecting this match to maybe go 4 or 5 minutes at the most. You know, John Heat come back finish, right? But I thought maybe it would do. I figured they would just skip out the Heat part and just have and basically just do what Drew McIntyre did to Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam. But that didn't happen. That cut him off. That offense, there was Shine, Heat, the comeback, and the finish, and it was actually pretty okay. I gave it 2 3/4 stars. It was actually really okay. What is it? And that's actually surprising. Again, I didn't think it was going to go that long, and I expected it to basically be as tolerable as it was. So good on them. I will say this: the Atlanta crowd, they were really kind of half on and half out. They were all up all for the SmackDown tag title match. They were they were all for the Raw tag team match that's coming next. And then they have some spots here and there and all the other matches, but they were mostly quiet. And then they were kind of with it for the Fatal Five way. So I don't know, but the crowd I think it was just over for New Year's. See, that's one thing you get people who are still hungover for New Year's. So they were like, I want to cheer, but I can't. I'm too drunk. So, whatever. But yeah, McIntyre with the Claymore, 1 2 3. Um, Good job. But it doesn't seem to be over yet because afterwards, a little bit afterwards, Drew McIntyre got jumped in the back from Matt Moss and Baron Corbin. 1 2 3. Now, um, they beat him up. They got him on the ground, put the chair on his neck, and Corbin hit the chair with a stanchion of a lightning rig or something like that. So they put him out, and it was really good. So this will continue at least until the Royal Rumble, it seems. Um, and and again, maybe that's all that's happening because of what happened with Roman Reigns. Because it was supposed to be Roman Reigns. Allegedly, it was going to be Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble, right? Um, but now with Roman out, now, this could end up being something where it just ends up being a match where the winner between Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin gets a shot at the Royal Rumble with the Universal Championship. But I'm guessing they don't know exactly when maybe Roman is coming back, so they're just going to go with the flow here. Maybe I don't know. We'll get some info over the next day or two. I think about what was maybe supposed to happen, and what changes they're making going forward and things like that. Was Brock Lesnar supposed to win tonight, or was it supposed to be something else? I still contend that they were going to do the SummerSlam 2018 rematch or redo, except with just with the different people. Because this time Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, excuse me, doing it to Lesnar when it was Paul Heyman and Lesnar doing it to Roman. So, but everything's good in time. Well, let's see how everything plays out. The next was the Raw Tag Team match. It was with the Street Profits working kind of heelish against RK Bro. And RK Bro brought out the Migos. Migos was there. I actually thought Migos were going to perform there. I thought they'd been. I know they said it's appearance, but I thought they would perform. I'm kind of glad they didn't. Yeah, it's you know, I think performances. If you're not doing a song to like for the wrestler, if you're not playing it doing the song for the wrestler to come out to, I'm not that big on performances. Um, it, the Bad Bunny one was okay. It wasn't really wasn't in front of fans, because it was So I don't know. It's I guess I can be okay with it. I just mute it anyway for something that that I don't like. So I just mute it. But yeah, Migos came down with RK Bro and the ring. And again, this one was tag formula. Although this one did have a little bit going back and forth, a little bit of shine heat, and then they did the comeback with Randy Orton. He did his comeback, and they were all good. And I love the finish where Montez Ford ran off the road. Riddle came in and threw him up, and Randy Orton came down with the RKO. 1, 2, 3. It's incredible. This is RK Bro. They are doing. Their talking segments can be kind of cringe at times. Like the one this past Monday they did was kind of cringe. Because again they were trying to fill for time. There was hardly nobody there because of COVID. But sometimes it can be really good, but their in ring work has been incredible, and I'm loving the way they both. Again, I think I've said that this to me this seems like at some point a heel turn coming, and a tag team breaking up, and then Riddle and Randy at WrestleMania, and I kind of wanted for Riddle to try to turn heel against Randy because Randy right now he's getting babyface pops out the wazoo. He is just he is just doing what he can, and it's amazing. It's amazing to see. I think Randy's having fun with it too. We all know how Randy is. If Randy doesn't like something, he's just very disinterested in it, and he doesn't give all his effort. But I think he's really liking what he's doing right now with Riddle, and he is putting seemingly 100% into everything, and it's so good to see. So yeah, and afterwards we had a show of respect from the guys, two teams, and Migos in the ring as well, and tapped up everybody. So all around good fun from their folks. I like it. 3 stars. Next was Edge versus Miz. And I wonder how this is going to be perceived because again, I don't think here they did anything that was bad. I don't think anything that they did was boring. I don't think anything that they did was ridiculous or silly or anything like that. But the crowd, every now and then you're gonna go let's go Edge champ, and then when the Miz would try to come up, they kind of booed him. They would kind of boo him. But otherwise, they were really just sitting on their hands and sitting on their hands with the eyes open and the mouths closed. And I'm not necessarily sure why exactly. It's like I said, one a bad match, one a boring match. Um, yeah, so we good stuff is Miz was working on Edge's knee, which I liked. I think I liked that a lot. Um, Looking underneath, he did get the figure four on him, which was great. Um, and then we got the interference from Maurice, and when you know it was backstage with Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix, chased his Maurice around the ring, and that caused a distraction for the Miz to get speared by Edge. 1, 2, 3, Edge win. Which I kind of thought that I predicted that it would be that all this would happen, but it would end up having the Miz end up being Edge, and then that would lead to the Beth Phoenix tie-in, and then the tag match between the two couples. But I don't know. I don't know what Edge winning. So obviously they're gonna do something else. They're gonna do something else that's going to cause this to be a tag match at some point. Now, I don't know if it's at the Rumble, or I don't know if it's at WrestleMania. I don't know what it is. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I give it 3.25 stars. That's perfectly acceptable wrestling. And the next was the Raw Women's title match between Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. And again, they did nothing wrong here. They did some great wrestling, some great storytelling. I love the fact that they were showing that once again Becky was not giving Liv Morgan enough credit. And that everything that she was doing, was a thing for Liv Morgan. Mm-hmm. That was a thing for Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan wouldn't stay down, and she would fire back, and she would she would come back, and she would have great stuff, and it was awesome. So she at one point the spot was kind of set up, it's kind of ridiculous set up, but it did a thing where she jumped. She had Becky Lynch in the corner. She springboard off the second rope, twisted, and came down with a power bomb. Love it. That was great. And Liv Morgan is doing the Ring of Saturn as things. And I think that's it's cool. Again, it's a move that I would have loved for somebody else to have, but Liv has it. That's totally fine. That's the move she wants to be part of. That's the move she can do. The Rings of Saturn. Go ahead and do that. And but she probably needs to beat maybe somebody with that. And I think that too. I would like to see somebody. I'd like to see her beat somebody with that. I'd like to see her beat a Doudrop or Tamina or somebody like that. For that to go down. So the finish was they were haggling all against the ropes. Liv went for Oblivion. Becky Lynch blocked it, gave her the man slam, and Becky again she was trying to get her finger in the rope, but she really couldn't do it. I guess she was too far away or whatever. But it's 1, 2, 3. She won. She got the victory over Liv Morgan. Now, some people are just upset. This is Liv. Liv should have won this time. But I think where they're going with the story is that now Becky Lynch has beaten her twice. She has to go to the back of the line, right? Well, does she? Because if she wins the Royal Rumble, then she's already at the front of the line, and that line is at WrestleMania. And wouldn't it be great to give Liv Morgan her main event moment? Last year, Rhea Ripley got hurt, Bianca Belair got hurt. Doesn't it make sense to have Liv Morgan get her WrestleMania moment, then have somebody on SmackDown beat Charlotte Flair and get their WrestleMania moment? I'm not sure who exactly beat Charlotte Flair. I got it. It makes me think that maybe Ronda Rousey is coming back. But who knows? But yeah, so I think that's the story that they're going to do here. I may be wrong, but I think that's where they're going here. And so I would just tell anybody who's upset that Liv Morgan lost tonight, give it a little bit, let her, let this play out, and we'll see where WrestleMania. We'll see who wins the Royal Rumble, and we'll see who's going to be in the title match at WrestleMania. Okay, just hold up. Again, very good match, 3.5 stars. And then we get the match, the Fatal Five thing: Lesnar, Eve, Owens, Rollins, freaking Rollins, I guess. But then now the thing says Seth freaking Rollins for some reason. Everything his side card says Seth freaking Rollins. So, and we get Bobby Lashley. Hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna see something for a second. Yeah, I think we're good here. Yeah, it's yeah. So I was just checking to see if Saturday Night Live is going to replay the Betty White, and exactly that's what they are doing. They're replaying the Betty White episode of Saturday Night Live for wow, it had to be at least 7, 8 years ago. It just went down, and so you may, I'm pretty sure you all know, Betty White passed away yesterday, weeks before her 100th birthday, age of 99. So, uh, we all love Betty White, national treasure. WWE loved Betty White. I guess maybe she liked WWE. She appeared on WWE. That video was going all around Twitter yesterday. Where she was saying, let's go kick some ass. So, yeah, we'll miss Betty White. So, but back to here, yeah, we get all these five guys, and we get all these things that they're doing what they want to do, right? And it is time. It's total time for this to happen and for this to become, an incredible showing. And as soon as Brock Lesnar gets in the ring, they start off and they're going 100 miles a minute. And Brock Lesnar suplexing Rollins and suplexing Owens and Rollins and Owens, and Big E comes in and clotheslines the hell out of Brock Lesnar, clotheslines below the top rope, and Bobby Lashley then goes and spears him into the barricade. And then Rollins and Owens team up and they take out E, and they take out. Well, actually, they didn't take out E. Bobby Lashley took out E, but they took out Bobby Lashley. They took out Lesnar. And they keep going back and forth, taking out Lesnar and Lashley. And then and then they get Big E. And they finally down to like Big E and Rollins and Owens did some stuff like that. And then Rollins was going for something. I'm not sure what. I think he's getting ready to go for a stomp on E. Lesnar came in, got Rollins, gave him the F5. And he around, gave F5 to Big E. 1, 2, 3. Your new WWE champion, Brock Lesnar. I give it 3.75 stars. Uh, here's why. I He's not three. 3 and 5. I think that's good enough. If he would have went longer, because the match was maybe about it was maybe 10 minutes at the most. Minutes at the most. So, so it would have been a little longer. If it would have been another 10 minutes, the thing went off the air about 10:49 Eastern time. The pay per view on the air 10:49 Eastern time. So if we would have gone another 8 or 10 minutes, it totally could have got to that, 5.5, 5 and 3/4 star, you know, 5-star level of a match. The way they were going, the way they were doing things was incredible. They definitely woke the crowd up in Atlanta. Um, so yeah, I gave it 3 and 3/4 stars. So here's here's the question everybody's going to be asking: Are they going to do, so what's going to happen now? Because the end, they kind of show you that Lashley was walking away as Lesnar was there holding the championship. And he kept looking back at Lesnar. And this is one thing that Bobby's been wanting, and this is something that a lot of the fans have been wanting. So now, since they got Brock Lesnar winning the championship, are they going to do Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley? Is that where it's headed? So, who was supposed to win the Universal Championship match? We talked about it earlier. It's going to be a big angle at the end of the match. But now you got who's supposed to win this match. We got so many things. It's so crazy, but this is the way that you come up with a lot of interest. Some people want to say, "Wow, really? Lesnar beat Big E? Turn Monday Night Raw. See what's happening." He still got cheered, and Atlanta was really behind Lesnar, and Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar being your two top baby faces in the company. The company that I never would have thought of. I never would have thought it would have been happening in 2022 of all places. So incredible. And we'll see where everything goes from here. It's just good night. Day one, there's rumors that they want to make this an all day thing. I would rather than not. This is okay, but again, like I've been saying forever, I would rather them put do less reviews than do more reviews. And January should just be the Royal Rumble. So, but all in all, this was a really good one. This was a really good one. Started off with a banger, with the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, and yeah, and even want to get a surprise, all right one with Drew McIntyre and Moss, and the Raw Tag Team match was good. The Raw Women's match was good. Edge and Miz was good, and this one was getting ready to go borderline crazy bonkers good. The WWE Championship match, and so yeah, we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen next. As for my predictions, so we're going to take out the Sami Zayn Nakamura match since that did not happen. We're going to take out the Roman Reigns Lesnar match since that did not happen. However, when I do my prediction, I did say that no matter what happens, because I thought maybe there might be a way that maybe what's his face Seth Rollins didn't get into the match, because he was fighting COVID, but he was in there. But I said that no matter what happens, I'm picking Big E, so that's what the things are. And I expect someone to take something away, not add something to the match. And they added Big E. So and I didn't have Big E, they added Brock Lesnar. So yes, it's that prediction stands, and it was wrong. As I said, Big E to retain. I had Miz winning. That was wrong. I want Sheamus and Ridge Holland. I won the Usos. I won Becky Lynch, Drew McIntyre, RK Bro, starting off on the year 5-2. That's that's something. As I look at 2021, Royal Rumble was the first pay per view. I started off 5-2, and the Royal Rumble it was the first one in 2020, and I started that one off 6-2. So I seem to um, get 2 losses with these. So I'm getting really, really good at this. So I am a master predictor. I'm going to try. Hopefully, I will try to. Um, my wins went up, my losses went down. So I'm gonna from 2020 to 2021, 2022, same thing. I get more wins and I get less losses. So yeah, that was it. That's it for day one. Tell me what you guys think. Put your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. If you guys are watching this in a later time. And yeah, it's everything. It's just crazy. It's coming out the year. The new WWE champion is Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns has COVID, and all hell must be breaking loose. All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good, treat other y'all, be careful out there. I am out. Next reaction will be hopefully no one will die before then, but it will be at the Royal Rumble. It's on a Saturday, 4 weeks away.